Hey everyone, just a quick ask before we get into the newscast. If you really like Wake Up, I would love it if you gave us 5 stars on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and drop a quick comment there to let people know about this newscast. It would really help people discover us. All right, on with the news. Wake up, Asheville. I'm Matt Peiken, and this is your local newscast for Tuesday, February 10th. A high-profile lawsuit may determine whether Airbnb can be sued in North Carolina. Asheville resident Marcus Deshaun Blair is seeking damages after he was shot and paralyzed at a 2022 party in a West Asheville Airbnb rental that allegedly violated both local ordinances and Airbnb's own policies. The company tried to dismiss the case, arguing it lacked local ties and that Blair had agreed to arbitration through its website, but a Buncombe County judge rejected those arguments. The case now heads to the State Court of Appeals. Read more about this in the Citizen Times. 4 years after Asheville created a tree preservation fee, the city has yet to spend any of the $500,000 it has collected from developers. The Fee in Lieu program, established in 2020, was intended to support new tree plantings or land conservation as compensation for canopy loss, but city staff never developed a policy to distribute the funds. Urban Forester Keith Aitken says the spending framework may now be included in the long-delayed Urban Forest Master Plan, but there's no timeline. Environmental advocates call the delay a missed opportunity for post-storm recovery and green investment. Read more about this in the Asheville Watchdog. In the aftermath of Helene, a flood recovery effort across western North Carolina is uncovering more than just debris, it's restoring lost memories. Environmental nonprofit Mountain True has hired 91 workers to clean waterways across 12 counties, recovering household items swept away by floodwaters. Among them is Mandy Wallace, a former river guide turned artifact recovery technician, who's helped reunite 30 items, from baby photos to a beloved Reba McEntire mug, with their owners. Wallace now catalogs each item and shares them online in hopes of finding matches. Read more about this in the Assembly NC. North Carolina will receive $290 million over the next decade to restore Pisgah and Nantahala National Forests following damage from Helene. The U.S. Forest Service is partnering with the State Wildlife Resources Commission under the Good Neighbor Authority, a federal program allowing states to lead restoration work. Recovery efforts will include clearing debris, repairing roads, restoring wildlife habitat, and managing wildlife risks. Officials say the unprecedented agreement will support jobs and boost outdoor recreation in western North Carolina. Read more about this in the Hendersonville Times News. And UNC Asheville is mourning the passing of head track and field coach Joel Williams, who died Saturday following a battle with cancer. Williams spent more than 18 years with the Bulldogs, including 13 as an assistant before taking the helm in 2020. Over his career, he coached more than 100 all-conference athletes and led the program to a dozen NC2A national championship appearances. Athletics director Janet Cohn described Williams as a leader of deep character, noting his influence reached far beyond athletics. Memorial details are forthcoming. Read more about this at 828 News Now. Our free newsletter is a quick local news digest, essentially this newscast in written form. Subscribe at wakeupavl.transistor.fm. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at wakeupavl. And please share this podcast with your Asheville friends. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks so much for starting your weekdays with Wake Up Asheville.